We have some breaking news to relay here on Boston Celtics today. I am your host, Chase Sr. Appreciate all of you for making our Celtics coverage a part of your day. The Boston Celtics trading away Grant Williams to the Dallas Mavericks. This is going to be a 3-team deal, so let's break it down here on the show. Dallas Mavericks, via this sign-in trade basically, get Grant Williams and 2 second-round picks. Now, the San Antonio Spurs are included in this deal, and they are going to receive Reggie Bullock from the San Antonio Spurs, as well as a 2030 first-round pick swap. And then the Boston Celtics, they don't get nothing back from Grant Williams here. They could have let him go for nothing in free agency if they didn't match that contract offer, or if they did, that was certainly in the cards here with him being a restricted free agent, and the Boston Celtics here in the process getting 2 second-round picks back in this deal. Now, a lot of people like to joke around these second-round picks saying they don't mean anything in the NBA. Well, the Bradley Beal trade was facilitated because of some of the second-round picks being included in that trade. Now, we'll break this all down and we'll relay what it means, but first, we have a sub-battle between 2 channels here at Chat Sports. Of course, Boston Celtics Today and Dallas Mavericks Today. We're trying to see which channel can pick up the most new subscribers with this video here. So if you're looking for year-round Celtics coverage, news, rumors, analysis, breaking news videos like this just moments after this trade happens, we have you covered here on the show. Hit that sub button. It's Boston Celtics Today by Chat Sports. So really, we talked about the possibility here on the show of Grant Williams getting dealt at some point. It seemed as though we were moving in this direction of this becoming somewhat realistic. It was lukewarm, the Celtics' interest in bringing back Grant Williams, probably because they didn't want to have to give him a large contract extension, especially after that Kristaps Porzingis deal. That pretty much spelled the end of Grant Williams, on top of the fact that Boston in free agency signed O'Shea Brissett. And that also coincided with that Kristaps Porzingis deal, spelled the end of Grant Williams' tenure with the Boston Celtics. Highly durable player. I think he was a little bit more valuable than what people want to give him credit for. This past season, 79 games played, chipped in for the Celtics with 8 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, nearly 2 assists per night, 45% from the floor, and he was able to knock down about 40% of his three-point tries. So a guy who was able to stretch the floor, give you defensive versatility, guard a couple of different positions, and certainly didn't really fear a lot of people out there either, whether it be Jimmy Butler, solid wing players. He would willingly go out and guard some guards at the perimeter spot. But the Dallas Mavericks, while the Boston Celtics didn't want to pay Grant Williams, were fine with bringing in Grant Williams and giving him a new contract here in NBA free agency. So the Celtics trading away Williams to Dallas, and they're able to get some compensation back. A couple of second-round picks. I understand that it doesn't really surprise you, but would you rather let him go for nothing or get back some second-round picks in which you can maybe get a player or use those second-round picks at some point to then maneuver another trade at some point in the future? So grade the trade for us A, B, C, D, or F. Grant Williams, coming out of Tennessee, I liked the player at the time, had a little baseline elbow jump shot, was able to extend that out to the three-point arc. As you could see, as a rookie, he impressed Boston from the get-go and was able to really earn some playing time over time. 3.5 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, 41% from the field, 25% from long range as a rook. And then in year 2, numbers go up a little bit better. He improves his three-point mark by 12 percentage points. The following year definitely was an effective player for Boston, and I thought that they looked at him very, very highly as compared to what they did this past year when sometimes they wouldn't give him that many minutes, 41% from distance. And then this past year for Boston, 79 games played as he continued to be durable. 8 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 45% shooting, and almost 40% from three-point distance. So Grant Williams is a player, I think, who is going to be a solid player for the Dallas Mavericks. They needed to get better defensively because they have Kyrie Irving, Celtics legend, wink, wink, Luka Doncic, and they can't really defend all that well. They did extend an offer sheet to Matisse Thybulle, who can be one of the best wing defenders in the NBA. Celtics fans know him well from his time with the 76ers. So if they end up bringing in Matisse Thybulle and they have Grant Williams, that gives you toughness, that gives you defense, it gives you a little bit of versatility and some much-needed depth for the Dallas Mavericks too. So rate Grant Williams as a player here on a scale of 1 to 100. Want to hear from you down in the comment section here. Now, Boston will create a trade exception worth 50%, $6.2 million projected, of the Williams outgoing salary. And the Dallas Mavericks are going to sign Grant Williams here to a 4-year, $54 million deal via this sign-in trade. WME Sports, Bill Duffy and Eric Cabe completed the new contract for Grant Williams. So Boston trading that piece in Grant Williams and then having the trade exception here is important for them moving forward too, on top of the second-round picks. Again, you always want some value back as compared to losing somebody for zilch. Ian Brown, just a quick basketball note. Celtics have subtracted their two toughest players in Marcus Smart and Grant Williams. Will be interesting to see who is going to do those intangible things when the team needs it. So let's round out today's show with this. Do I have some concerns about the Celtics not having some of those foxhole guys, those junkyard dogs, and Marcus Smart, Grant Williams? For sure. They were fearless, and they would guard a couple of different positions and had the willingness to do that. And Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their leadership qualities, have been a little bit more passive with their leadership. They're going to have to assume larger roles in that department. They're going to have to do a good job of setting the tone and setting the culture for the Celtics organization as it enters this new era here, because you're going to miss those guys in a playoff setting, because sometimes you need those dogs in a fight. When you're in a thick race with the Philadelphia 76ers, as that series went 7 games, or you're playing against the Miami Heat. So I am interested too, because I thought the Celtics at points lacked that toughness, especially in some of those close games down the stretch here when Joe Mazzulla struggled to make those adjustments, and it looked as though everybody was kind of looking at each other on the offensive end of the floor, who's going to take the shot, how they adjust here moving forward. The talent is certainly there, but sometimes the talent isn't good if the makeup and the locker room culture and that toughness is not there. So what should the Celtics do next? You are in the shoes of Brad Stevens here. What moves do you want Boston to make? Let me know. And then, of course, subscribe to us here on Boston Celtics Today. Breaking news video. We're cooking it up ASAP here and bringing you the latest here on the program, because that's what we do here at Chat Sports.